Hello there, Hokie fans. This is Nate Yetzer, assistant coach here at Virginia Tech. I'd like to take a few minutes of your time to go over this year's 2011-2012 wrestling schedule. It's a schedule as a staff that we believe is our most competitive schedule yet. It's a schedule that we put together in preparation to get our guys ready for March. And it's a schedule that a lot of new events on it, and we believe it's the toughest one we've had yet here at Virginia Tech. Starting off the season on Saturday, November 5th, in the Salem Civic Center at 5 p.m. we'll wrestle Camels of North Carolina. It's an up-and-coming team that's recently signed a lot of talent, and we're excited to welcome them guys here to the Salem Civic Center, and that'll be our opening match. The following day on Sunday, at the Salem Civic Center as well, we'll be wrestling in the Hokie Open. This is our fourth year of the event, and it's an event that's growing bigger and better every year. This year we believe it's our biggest year yet. And the quality is the best it's been in the 4 years that we've had it. Our whole it gives us a chance for a whole team to wrestle together, red shirts, reserves, and the starting lineup. So as a staff, we're excited about it because it allows us to see our freshmen and our redshirt guys compete. And once the season gets underway, it's very hard to watch those guys compete because we're on our schedule and they're on their schedule. So it's something that we're excited about. The following Sunday, November 13th, in Raleigh, North Carolina, we'll make a trip down to the NC State Open. It's another event where we all will wrestle as a team. It's something we're real excited about. We'll get another weekend to see our guys compete against some competition that we're going to see at the ACC tournament, and it's an event that we get to see our redshirt and reserves compete as well. On Sunday, November 20th, we're making a trip up to Columbus, Ohio. We'll be wrestling the Ohio State Buckeyes at 2 p.m. in St. John Arena, and this is a dual meet that we're excited about. We've never wrestled Ohio State before in our 5 years here, and it's a team that we butt heads a lot with in the recruiting trail. So it's a very important dual meet for us, and we're excited about it. On the Sunday, November 27th, we're making the trip up to Charlottesville, Virginia. This is where we're going to be wrestling UVA, and as you guys know, this is one of our biggest rivals. That dual meet will take place at 1 p.m. in Charlottesville. I encourage all you guys that, if you've never been to a dual meet in UVA and Virginia Tech, to make the event. It's a great event, and anytime you have these two big of rivals wrestling, you get the best effort from both teams. It's an action-packed dual meet, and we expect this year to be no different. UVA returns a very loaded team, as do we, so it's going to be a battle to the end, and we hope that you guys can attend that event as well. That rounds out the month of November. In December, starting off in December, on Thursday, December 1st, we have our first home match here at Castle Coliseum. We welcome in the Appalachian State Mountaineers from Boone, North Carolina, and it's a team with multiple NCAA qualifiers in our lineup, and so we expect a couple of good matchups there with them. On Sunday, December 4th, we'll be making the trip up to State College, Pennsylvania, where as a team we'll be competing in the Penn State Open. It's a great area for wrestling, and Penn State, obviously, the returning national champions. They wrestle a lot of their starters there, as well as many other teams. Most weight classes have anywhere between 40 and 80 kids in it, so it's a huge tournament, and it's a great barometer to see where our guys are as we open up in December. Then finally, on December 29th and the 30th, our starting lineup will be making a trip up to the Midlands. This is in Chicago, Illinois, at Northwestern University. This is one of the best tournaments year in and year out of the year, and we'll get to see teams like Iowa, Iowa State, Minnesota, and some of the very best teams in the Midwest. It's a great tournament. It's considered the greatest show in wrestling, with many the guys that win titles in the Midlands also go on to win titles in the NCAA tournament. So it's a very important tournament for us as a team and as individuals. And that rounds out the month of December. 2012 will kick off on January 8th at 6 p.m. in Castle Coliseum. Here we're going to be taking on the University of Maryland, the returning ACC champs. They return multiple All-Americans and a great lineup. Two matches to look out for here is going to be at 165, where Josh Asper is going to take on Pete Yates, and at heavyweight, where Spencer Myers will take on Dave Maroney. Both those guys were an All-American last year from Maryland, and it's going to be a great matchup. On Friday, January 13th, we fly out to Ames, Iowa to take on Iowa State at 7 p.m. This is the team that came in here last year. We wrestled the first dual meet of the year, and they beat us. And they return a lot of their really good guys, and it should be a great matchup for us. We'd like to go out there and return the favor. Sunday, January 15th at 2 p.m., we wrestle NC State in Raleigh, North Carolina. NC State just recently signed a number 3 recruiting class in the country last year, so they have a lot of young talent, and it promises to be a pretty good dual meet. On Saturday, January 21st, we return home to Castle Coliseum at 7 p.m. We're taking on the Duke Blue Devils from Durham, North Carolina. This is a team with a lot of young guys in it. It promises to be a pretty good dual meet. On Sunday, January 22nd at 2 p.m., we'll be taking on North Carolina here in the Castle Coliseum. North Carolina has a lot of young guys, and they've recently just signed one of the better recruiting classes in the country. It promises to be a great dual meet, and we encourage all to show up. On Friday, January 27th at 7 p.m., we will be wrestling in Norman, Oklahoma, taking on the Oklahoma Sooners. This is a team that's in the top 10 every year, and it's traditionally one of the best programs in the country. We'd like to see where we stand, as among the nation, by taking on the Oklahoma Sooners. On Sunday, January 29th at 6 p.m., we will return back here to the Castle Coliseum. We'll be taking on Old Dominion. Coach Dresser and Coach Steve Martin have a history, and it should promise to be a great dual meet as well. We kick off the month of February in Ames, Iowa. We're wrestling on February 12th, Sunday, in the regional portion of the NWCA National Duels. This is an event that changed from years past. Instead of being on one weekend, it'll be on 2 weekends. The first weekend will be the regional portion, and the following weekend will be the national finals portion. This year will be in Ames, Iowa. That'll be our regional. It will be taking on, and it will be a bracket format. We'll be taking on either Wisconsin, Oregon State, Northern Iowa, Iowa State, or Iowa. Those are the 5 other teams in our regional. The winner of each regional will make it on to the next weekend and to the national finals. So there'll be 4 teams in the national finals, a winner from each regional. If we do not win our regional, we will be wrestling the following Sunday, February 19th in Washington, D.C. at 2 p.m. against American University. But if we do win our regional, the following weekend we'll be in a designated site to be determined for the national finals. On Saturday, March 3rd, in Chapel Hill, North Carolina, we'll be wrestling in the ACC Championships alongside NC State, Duke, North Carolina, UVA, and Maryland. Last year, Maryland won this event, and this year it's going to be another tight race, and we're hoping to come out on top and win our first ACC championship as a staff. Finally, on March 15th, 16th, and 17th in St. Louis, Missouri, the NCAA Championships will take place. Obviously, this is a tournament we want to fish very, very high in, and all hockey fans out there, we hope you can attend this event. This is our 2011-2012 schedule, and I appreciate you taking the time to listen to us, and hopefully you can make it to as many events as possible to help support Virginia Tech Wrestling.